Well, hello, welcome to Tarot to a T, and welcome to September. Today's reading will be for the sign of Aquarius for September 2023. Just want to remind you, it will be a general inquiry. So if it doesn't fit your situation, feel free to shut off the video and join me for the next one. And if this is the first time to my channel, welcome. I'm so glad you found me, and if you're returning, hi, nice to see you again. Yep, we'll take that. Okay, again, this is a general inquiry, and it may not resonate with you. Take from it what you see beneficial, but don't try to fit it into your circumstances. It'll just lead you down the wrong path, okay? Well, we got something going on for Aquarius. Good grief. Okay. Okay. And just like August, I hear the astrology in September is going to be kind of just as intense. Some things that are wrapping up astronomically in September will be changing, such as the retrograde in Venus will go direct on, I believe it's September 4th. So that's actually a positive thing, but there's still going to be some intensity in September from what I understand. So let's go ahead and open this up and see what's going on with you, Aquarius. Lots of water energy here. Wow, okay. So we got the King of Diamonds, the Queen of Hearts, the Ace of Hearts, Four of Spades, Three of Clubs. The first thing I'm a little bit curious about, I'll just address this first. So these two energies came out together. The Three of Clubs is that struggle and fight, whereas the Four of Spades talks about a reprieve from some kind of stress. So you might have had some fighting going on around in your home life. Doesn't necessarily have to be with a spouse, but it could be. Could be a roommate, or just like if you have kids or other extended family members that live with you, there's some like bickering going on. That's what I'm picking up. You could be the caretaker, the mothering figure, I should say. Not necessarily female, but the mothering figure in the situation. Or you're dealing with a water sign. This is Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, but it's the nurturer. The one that has that power and authority, but is also very nurturing, takes care of other people's needs. I see this person appearing here, and I also see an earth sign. So you could be dealing with an earth sign and a water sign, or that could be members of your family. Now the King of Diamonds could be a Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Sorry, I almost said... What was about to come out of my mouth? Was it Cancer? Anyway, I stopped myself because that's not Earth. But it does correspond with the Queen of Hearts. So you could be dealing with a Cancer, very specifically. Anywho, the King of Diamonds is somebody who, again, has some power and authority in some way, but they're very good with money matters. So they could be the person who kind of watches the budget. They could be the breadwinner, the person who's actually working a lot of hours. They're the primary income earner. They don't usually use the term breadwinner anymore. More like the income earner. Because I think breadwinner kind of, I don't know, it kind of smacks of somebody... It's very competitive in my mind. Like you win something. You won the bread. Therefore you're better or you're ahead out from somebody else. Not necessarily, because we can't all work. Sometimes we have to make sacrifices. Perhaps this person makes more money than you do. So yeah, they're in that role. But that doesn't put you down if you're in this nurturing role. Taking care of the household role. There's also a new start here. And it's very important, Aquarius, that you follow your heart in some manner. Not necessarily romantic. This is about your true desires, what's going to fulfill you or satisfy you, because you could have been dissatisfied. That could be why we had the Four of Spades come out here. You could be coming out of this this, like I said, a period of struggle or fight, and now it's like, yeah, now you're on this new start. I'm really getting the sense that you have that water in your chart, or you're represented by this Queen of Hearts. Because it ties in with the new start here, following your heart, you see. It's still that water energy. Anyway, let's reveal some more here. Here's another face card. So I think we got another person involved, possibly. We have the Jack of Hearts. We also have the Six of Diamonds, 10 of Clubs, 7 of Hearts, and the 10 of Hearts. Wow. The first thing I'm seeing, I don't know how to approach this. So there's a couple things going on, I think, in this reading. First of all, I'll address the two cards that came out together first again, like I did first over here, because it's a little bit more complex, a little bit more information. The Six of Diamonds does talk about options and opportunities centered around finance, abundance, and doors opening for you to take financial responsibility. Very specific, right? And the 10 of Clubs is about movement, usually physical. Doesn't have to be, though. Does not have to be, but what I'm getting a download on is you made some kind of moves financially to put yourself in a better situation. Or somebody did. Or maybe, like, if you're in this couple situation with the Queen of Hearts, the King of Diamonds, it's like you both made these moves, and now you're setting yourself up better. I'm getting the energy of somebody or a pair or a family setting themselves up better to take care financially. And I can relate to that. I'm doing that myself. Although I'm not an Aquarius, and I do not have these elements associated with me. So this reading is not about me, but I can kind of see where that fits in with my own journey at the moment. Yeah, making moves. And now the 10 also denotes some kind of cycle wrapping up. You also have the 10 of Hearts, which is, honestly, it's ultimate happiness. The moves you made, I think, have put you in a happier position. And I see that reflected here, of course. The struggle ending and being in temporary relief, like I talked about earlier. Sorry. And the 10 of Hearts, yeah, again, is like wrapping up that cycle. It's like, it's not like this is the happiest you're ever going to be in your life, but whatever has come to pass or whatever has transpired, it's the most satisfaction you can get out of the situation. There is still some pain here. So somebody's let you down. I'm still getting a scenario of a couple who's worked through some this is the picture I'm getting. A couple that's worked through some problems, hence you're out of the struggle and fight. It's very important that you follow your heart, probably in relationship to this relationship, but it's not like the romantic following your heart again. It's more like things have got to be a certain way or you're gonna walk away. So there's still this pain involved. This is about somebody disappointing you, letting you down. Now, I originally thought this Jack of Hearts could be another player, another person in the mix here, but I think it's you again. It's water energy, you see. And the Jack of Hearts is somebody who's vulnerable, has their heart open. Again, water sign energy. I just throw it in there in case it resonates with you. Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio. But I also see this as, again, someone who has their heart open. So, in other words, you went through some marital problems, or if you're not married, just some partnership problems. They were resolved. Moves were made to put yourselves in a better financial position. Perhaps that's what the problems kind of stemmed from. Although there's usually more to it than that. Because that's just a material thing. That's just like an external thing, right? You're a lot happier as a result of it. whatever was resolved, and congratulations for resolving it, and this relationship did not dissolve, you resolved. Very important to give yourself credit, but there's still some pain here. Okay. And you're open to the future with that Jack of Hearts. That's the strong scenario I'm getting. So if that doesn't fit your situation, bye, see ya. I will see you next time, though, I hope. Let's see. More cards here for Aquarius. Yep. Communication is key to restoring this balance and harmony. Perhaps there's some more communication that needs to happen. Maybe it's another type of communication, maybe with, let's say, your employer, maybe another family member. Can't be certain of that. I don't have the crystal ball to know everybody and everything that's involved. I'm just seeing kind of the impression of things, but there's some kind of communication that needs to occur, and it's positive. Okay. More information, please, about the Aquarius situation for September 2023. September 2023. Four of Clubs. Things are very stable in the home situation. So if they weren't stable before, although these fours always talk about the four corners of your lifestyle and your home, how you take care of yourself, the roof over your head. There's still a lot of stability around that, so that has not been in jeopardy, and it's certainly not on the table now to be something to be concerned about. I feel like this is all emotional matters, and communication, talking it out, is key, because we saw that kind of peep out there. Let's see. Queen of Diamonds. So you may be involved with a Taurus. This is usually my Taurus card. Again, it is Earth energy, though. So we'll just lay it out there. It's Taurus, Capricorn, or Virgo. Again, somebody who has that power and authority in a different sense, just because it's Queen energy, not looking at genders. But they have a very good practical approach to finances. I feel like that ties in with the Four of Clubs that just came out. So I think you could have been involved with an earth sign all along, and maybe that's where the friction was, because that earth sign was probably more concerned about the bank accounts, I'll just say it bluntly, than you were. Or it could have been the other way around. I have known earth signs, even though they're supposed to be good around money, they certainly like their material things and they like their security, but I've known earth signs who weren't responsible with it. So take it how it fits your situation. It could have been that you had to get them on board, and here we have another card that's kind of backing that up. But see, this is what I'm seeing. I see that there was that King of Diamonds present before, and I don't think it was you. I think you were more in the nurturing, and it's like you had to get on board with the plan here. You see what I'm saying? So now it's the King of Diamonds and the Queen of Diamonds. Two people on the same page in financial matters, and I think it does relate to this movement that happened. Whatever this movement was, maybe it was just a different way of spending, a different way of budgeting, maybe not spending. Could have been changing jobs. It could have been one person staying home instead of working. Maybe it's the other way around. Somebody started working again. But I see that Queen of Diamonds is, I do see it as you, Aquarius. Like moving into that power position. Like maybe you weren't focused on that before, you see. Maybe you were always more focused on the emotional aspects, and then you realized, I have to get on board with this financial plan. And it's not just for the other person's sake, but your own. The Three of Spades. Yeah, there's a little bit of stress and worry around money. I think that's what this all speaks of. I think that was the crux of the matter. I feel like that was the friction in the relationship. Very common that happens. Two people with different spending habits or different attitudes. It also has to do with how we're raised, right? If we grew up with parents who were irresponsible with money, sometimes we can turn out the opposite, but sometimes we pick up those bad habits. The other way around is true as well. Maybe you had parents that were very strict around money, and so you really want to spend it. because you always felt deprived. Yeah. I'm not sure which way it goes. I'm not going to put words in your mouth for that. Let's go ahead and look at advice. Time for advice. Advice is nice. Three of Diamonds. Focus on finance. Interesting how all of this relationship drama focuses on finance. What did I say? Two of Diamonds. What did I say? You're all focused on your pentacles. Yeah, Seven of Spades. Okay. $7. Oh, wow. So we got focus on finance and your advice first and foremost, and then we have two internal experiences. That's what sevens denote. Like with Seven of Hearts, internally you're feeling that disappointment around something or somebody. Usually it's around a person. We have the Seven of Spades and we have the Seven of Clubs. Yeah, this is what I'm picking up with the advice as well. There's an epiphany that needs to occur here that may be why the communication card came up earlier. The Two of Clubs over here. This is about hidden information or something coming to light. And if it wasn't revealed to you via the other person or some discovery on your own, it could be an internal epiphany experience, something you've come to realize, like what was I just talking about, our attitudes towards finance and money. Maybe you've never really sat down and looked at it, and now this is being highlighted in your experience. You're supposed to look at it really closely, and maybe you had some self-revelations around that. Now the Seven of Clubs does tell me you're kind of bound by this. Whatever you're realizing, Aquarius, I think you might have been the free spender. The one that wasn't really paying attention or taking it seriously. But now you are. So we're not going to harp on you about that. But see, this is about restriction. Feeling confined. You're going to have to put on the brakes. I think you've probably already come to that conclusion because of that Queen of Diamonds that came out. For some reason I'm seeing you in the Queen position, but again, you don't have to be the female in this situation. The epiphany is that you have to put on the brakes. That's what I keep hearing. Now, we'll go back to this. Decisions to be made around finances. Well, hello. Threes do talk about being pulled in a couple different directions, and I feel like the two directions are just going back to your old habits or your own mindset, your old as well, but your old mindset that needs to evolve versus a new way of looking at things and handling things. So this may be a little bit of a learning curve for you. I'm picking that up. It might take some practice. It's like it's not second nature to you at the moment. But it is going to bring this balance. Fantastic. Again, like with the moves made earlier, the Six of Diamonds with the Ten of Clubs denoting that movement. Putting you in a better financial situation with the Six of Diamonds to take better responsibility. Well, the Two of Diamonds is backing that up. This specifically, I will just mention, is usually around partnerships. Finances being particularly nice and balanced and in harmony in a partnership. But I do think the key to this is you realizing you have to put on the brakes. Okay. Sorry if that bums you out or if that sounds difficult. But apparently it's necessary. You also have the Black and White Joker. This is also the Fool card. Many tarot readers talk about the Fool card being a new start. You could certainly look at it that way. It's also about not knowing what's ahead, and things are kind of up in the air. Like you don't know how this is going to pan out in the future. I'll just tell you though, I've made my own financial changes in the past month or so. And at first when you start down a journey and you may be not liking it, and you may be resistant to it, or just may be like, what the hell am I doing? This isn't going to make any sense. It's not going to help me in any way. You got to start somewhere. And it's been several weeks now. I would say I'm going on about 6 weeks of this new approach to my finances. I'm starting to see differences, and I'm going, okay, there is some feedback that it is working, at least in the short term. And I see this Joker energy being kind of the reminder that you won't feel like you're making any progress. You see, not at first, but that's very short-sighted, because again, things kind of have to get stirred up again with that Joker energy. That's about things being unsettled. And the Fool card, again, you don't know what the future holds. You don't know how this is going to materialize and how it's going to help you. For example, I would look at it that way. That's the energy of it, anyway. Take it how it applies. Any more cards of advice for Aquarius? King of Hearts. Interesting. I don't think this is another character showing up. You were the Queen of Hearts earlier. I felt that very strongly. Now that you're the King of Hearts. This is actually a more power position. Do you see how this is going to benefit you? This is the Fool energy, not knowing how things are going to turn out. Well, you're getting a sneak peek right here. The King of Hearts is awesome. Not only are you the nurturer, you're also, again, you have even greater power emotionally. That's very interesting. I wonder if you have some emotional issues tied up around money. Many of us do. So this is not about calling you out on that. That's not an unusual thing. Money can be a panacea for soothing our feelings of anxiety, for example, or feelings of emptiness. Sometimes we spend or we splurge to make ourselves feel better, hence the emotional energy around hearts. I see that very positively. You're going to be in better, not necessarily better control of your emotions, but in a healthier emotional state all the way around. A more balanced Aquarius. Okay, any more cards of advice? Too many? Too many. No. That wasn't it. That wasn't it. I just felt that. It was like, no, put those back. Okay, that one though. Well, you got the Ten of Hearts again. Oh my gosh. So you had that earlier. Another indication you are headed this way. If you don't already feel like you've reached your ultimate happiness, you're headed that way, Aquarius. Especially if you put the brakes on. Like I said, I'm trying to be lighthearted about this. If that's a real bummer for you or very difficult for you, I'm sorry. That's the message I'm getting here. It's all about you realizing this, realizing something. Anyway, if I hadn't hit the nail on the head, it's about you realizing something internally, and feeling like, yeah, you're bound by that. See, those exact same words that came out before. Yeah, that's exactly the download. So I'm going to end it there. That Ten of Hearts and that Ten of Hearts, you don't get much better than that. Nope. This is a fantastic change, I think, that has been it's already been put in progress, and the changes you're making here, which I feel like you are. I don't think you need that much of encouragement. I think you are. But if you needed something to kind of boost you along and keep you motivated, here it is. So I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you got some insights out of this. I enjoyed it as well. And I look forward to seeing you again. And take care until I do.